Good day guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the one tile challenge here on Comlands. It is July in year 4 and we are coming up to really closing out this series, closing out this challenge here, because we are in a position where we could actually pay off the remainder of the loan this month. But what I'm going to do, I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to pay off $100,000 and keep some money to do some work around the farm. We also have some things that we can sell this month. We have the ice cream that we can sell, and I'll also, so we'll sell the vanilla ice cream and the honey ice cream, and I'll also sell the potato chips that we have in storage, right? Then I'll get the canned peas. I'll get the peas and the corn. So we'll make some canned peas and some sweet corn and get that sold as well. And then we'll be in a position to totally pay off our debt. I think we had some new additions to the pasture here. So yeah, we are at 300 animals. So I'll be selling off the 100 young ones that came in. So the other thing I'll do is let the wool process in Granny's knitwear. And then I'm going to shut down that production and sell that production as well. And I'll do the same for the apples. What I'll do, I'll move our house over here because I do want to make some changes to the farm. As I mentioned in the last episode, I want to get a BGA on the farm so that we can process the slurry and the silage as well. Since we are in a bit of a holding state waiting for the corn to be ready for harvest, which should be in October or November, what I will do is sell the stuff off this month. And this episode, I'm going to jump into August and get some canola planted in the top field. So we'll have that going, and then we will come back in August and pay off the loan fully. And then we would move into harvesting of the corn. But what I'm going to do this episode is go ahead, jump into the finances and repay $100,000 here. Actually, I went beyond that. So let's go right down to... Let's go down to $25,000 here. So we're gonna have $25,000 left to pay off, and we should be able to accomplish that very easily. As you see, we have $80,000 in the bank. But as I had mentioned, I want to purchase a new harvester. We're going to get the Massey Ferguson. We're not going too big. We're going to get the 5650. We'll get the Sunny Farm so that we can be ready for harvesting of the corn. All right, guys. So with that, I'm just going to go ahead and get the ice cream sold, do some maintenance around the farm. I think we have some additional pallets that are waiting to be spawned here on the sheep pasture, and I think we also have some additional pallets that are waiting to be spawned here. Yes, we do. And we have to fill the dairy with the milk from the goat and the cows. So guys, I'm going to get that work done, and hope everyone is doing well, and hope you stick around for the rest of the episode. Sorry about that. Yep, so let's get this work done, guys.